Hi, I'm Judy Cansigor. I'm the author of Cooking Jewish, and today I'm going to teach you how to make salmon gefilte fish. I'm doing it for Passover. You can do it for Shabbat or just because you like it. I will tell you this, that in my family, I don't call it salmon gefilte fish. If I said gefilte fish, everybody would turn up their nose because they don't think they like gefilte fish. So I call it salmon timbales. That I can get away with. So we need a food processor for this. It's really an easy recipe. I do want to give Marlene Sorosky credit for it. I've tweaked it a little bit, but it's her original recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to process the onions, and we just want to pulse them until they're kind of fine. So we've got 2 medium onions here. Okie doke. And just pulse. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to put them in a big bowl, the biggest bowl you have. Okay, so I put the ground up onions into my largest bowl. And now I'm going to grind the carrots, celery, and parsley together. Same way. You can start it like this and then pulse. I think that's pretty ground, maybe a little more. Okay, now I'm going to add this ground mixture to my onions in this big bowl. As you can see, I have my salmon already cut up into 2-inch chunks. I'm going to do 2/3 of it first, and then we're going to take the other third and mix it with the other ingredients. Okay, so we're going to leave the processor on, and we're going to feed 2/3 of it through the feeding tube. This is really very easy process. The whole recipe is really easy. Okay, now we're going to add the ground salmon to this onion and other vegetable mixture and get it all in there. So the last step is we're going to ground up this third of the salmon the same way we did the other, and then add the other ingredients. So everything through the feeding tube. There goes the salmon. Eggs. Next we have the oil. Sugar. Salt. We have 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And 2 teaspoons of white pepper. For some reason, I think of white pepper as Jewish pepper. I don't know why. It sounds like it's a lot, 2 teaspoons, but it's all going to mellow out, trust me, when you cook it. And that's about it. I told you it was an easy recipe. Now we're going to mix this all together, put them in little cupcake tins, and we're ready to bake. Okay, here we have the salmon mixture all mixed up, and I have sprayed 24 cupcake tins. This is the perfect amount for 24. So kind of get them even. It takes about kind of like this. And I told you this recipe was easy. So here we go. The cupcake tins have been filled. All we have to do now is put it in the oven. 25 to 30 minutes. Check them at 25. Give them a little jiggle. Make sure that it's kind of done. It just starts to brown a little bit. But I'll show you when we get to that point. So they're going to go in the oven now. And here they are out of the oven. Can you smell that? When they cool down a bit, you can get them out of the cups. You're going to want to refrigerate these. When you go to serve them, take them out about 15 minutes before you're going to serve them. And be sure and serve them with horseradish, preferably Uncle Lou's homemade horseradish, which you can find in Cooking Jewish.
This is how I serve the salmon gefilte fish for Passover. Each person gets a plate with all the things they need for the ceremony: the parsley, the haroset, the horseradish or maror. I put the salmon gefilte fish on this plate. To the right of it is what I call Yemenite haroset truffles from my cookbook. And if you notice, next to the haroset on the other side is a tiny little egg. I got that idea from my mother, to use a quail egg instead of hard-boiling big eggs. After all, you did all this cooking. Why should you fill your guests up with egg before this wonderful meal? So I used these tiny quail eggs, and I checked, yes, they're kosher. So anyway, it makes a really nice appetizer plate. Looks very pretty when people come in. I wish you all a very happy Passover.